All right, greetings everybody. Greetings. Good evening or morning or afternoon. Good night, whatever time it happens to be in your part of the galaxy. I hope you're making it a great day. We got to try to make it a great day over here on the Obtisio account. We're fighting up against somebody who's ridiculously oversized, and we probably don't have a chance. So that's unfortunate. But that's how it goes sometimes in this new GAC system. And boy, I really wish they would fix it. Sign up for the raids on Obtisio. We're running more tonight. Trying to get everything in before that window of closure. All right, let me go take a look over here real quick. What do we got on Obtisio that we're not signed up for? I logged in to do my fleet missions today, and the pit raid had like 2% life. I threw every team I had on it. I wanted to get a killing blow on the pit raid, but I didn't get it. I thought that would have been fun. Is there a feat or an objective or something that you get for landing a killing blow? I think there is, isn't there? Dominant says, hey, DL, enjoyed the 2.5 year DL update. Fun reliving it. Yeah, it's fun for me, too, to kind of, when I put together the GP summaries and stuff like that, if you would have asked me before I put the summary together, I would have said that the GP build was snowballing, like it was going faster and faster and faster. But when I looked back, I did that bloat, blew up the account for Conquest. Took it from like 3.4 million to up to 4 million overnight. Well, within a couple weeks anyway. But this next round, there wasn't nearly as much GP added per week. So yeah, just little stuff like that I think is interesting. Interesting. Fun stuff. Jeremy Williams says, cheers. Hey man, how's it going? Graham Case says, good day. Happy for a new stream. Yeah, there was. I think it'll be removed now, I suppose. Says Graham Case. Graham Case. There was. There's a title for a killing blow in C-Pit. Graham Case thinks it's going to be removed. That's funny. There's a title. Okay, so if I ever want to have that title, I'll have to get a killing blow. Yeah, I thought it was my chance today. I got it down to like 0.42% with my last team. Just didn't have quite enough sauce. Yep. All right, well, you guys tell me if you got some kind of topic that you want to talk about today. Always interested in talking about what you guys want to talk about. So if you've got a topic of interest, questions, something that you want answered, looked at, talked about, thought about, impressions about, let me know. I see we're getting a new Wookie in the game. It's terribly exciting. I used to sit up at night hoping that there would be another Wookie, and now there is. So, no, that didn't happen at all. They're looking around the rosters, and they're like, man, nobody builds Clone Wars Chewie, so we better build a new Wookie, and we better make it defense-based so that people also have to build Clone Wars Chewbacca, and we can monetize it at 2 for 1. It's a clever ploy. How many Wookiees are there? Pretty much all Chewies, right? And then Zalbar. So we've got 5 Chewies, 1 Zalbar, and I guess we got a Chrysanthemum too, right? Chrysanthemum. And then we've got... So there's already 7 Wookiees in there. So now we'll have an 8th Wookiee. Is there a Wookiee tag now? Can you just search? Oh, look at that. You can search by Wookie now. Or maybe you always could and I just never wanted to. That could also be a thing. Yeah, there we go. Trying to make this guy worthwhile right here. Trying to make this leadership work. Like most of the characters, I think he'll probably boost the team up to a point where they'll be useful. We'll see if he takes the team over the top. We'll see if he's another Zori Bliss. Or if he's just tearful instead of tarful. Mag says, how you doing in Conquest? We could look at Conquest. LBC Rob says, don't comment as much as I should. I just want to thank you for the show. I've learned a lot. 100% right about the Wookiees. Definement. It says, lol. What is that a picture of? I'm looking at Definement's little icon. Looks like a chicken or something. Okay, Conquest. So I'm a little behind where I want to be in Conquest on Obtisio, but I totally ran out of crystals. So I ran myself entirely out of crystals, couldn't do any refreshes for like a while. So I'm a bit behind there. We're finishing up Sector 4. I expect I'll get Box 4 again without too much effort. So where are we now? We're on Box 3 already. So we just got to complete this run out to Box 4. We'll get that by the end of Conquest, I think. That's my ambition on the Obtisio account right now, is just getting Box 4. I'm not trying to close out the characters. I'm not buying the Conquest pass yet. Once I feel like I can get Box 5, I'll start buying this pass. For anybody who isn't aware, once you unlock the premium track, if you calculate up Box 5 and you look at what you get for Box 5, 50 shards and then 25. So over the course of 6 rounds of Conquest, it's 75 times 3. So 225 shards there. And if you calculate up all of the rewards that you get from here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, 20. So I feel like I miscounted something there. Anyway, if you do the battle pass every time and get Box 5 every time. Did I miscount Box 5? 50 and 25, 75. And then you get like, I need to recount here. 3, 6, 9. So 3 and 3. Yeah. So we're adding those two together and then multiplying by 3. That's how it's got to work, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 10 here. So it works out to exactly 330 shards. So the battle pass plus Box 5 over the course of 6, a total of 6 conquests, gets you 330 shards. So you can, if you can get Box 5 and you're willing to buy the battle pass, you will unlock every conquest after 6 rounds. You won't get it after 3, you'll get it after 6. There's 30 in the conquest pass. There's 10 and 10 in the way beginning. Yeah, I missed that 10. Yep. DL, good to have you back. Enjoyed your Loquitur recap. How was the work trip? It was good. It was good. We're changing around some of the software we use to run the company, and one of our factories is up and running on it, and it's going to come to our factory later this year. So it was a lot of listening and learning and watching and playing around in the system and trying to figure out how it's going to affect us so that we can get ready, prepare, and launch the upgrade on time, in full, on budget. You know, the usual landmarks. So it's good to see the other guys, you know, your colleagues from other parts of the country. I grew up in the Midwest, so going back to the Midwest for a meeting was kind of fun. You know, feels like home. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Thanks for asking. Hey DL, I just hit 85 a couple days ago, so this is my first Conquest easy. Should I be refreshing energy to make sure I can finish every zone? So, Triple N, here's the thing about Conquest when you're first starting out and you're in easy. It all depends on your stamina. So, if you can get a Vader team, a Troopers team, something like that, and your characters have stamina, you can put teams in there and do refreshes. If the only good team that you have is by building a trooper team with Darth Vader in it. So, I don't know if I still have that squad built somewhere. But basically, what you can do in the very early game, you'll be building troopers for events. Hopefully, if you listen to any of my stuff, you'll be building troopers. So you can build a team like this, troopers with Vader in it. And this can kill all of Easy Conquest. If you have a Relic Vader and just some other stuff, I beat most of Easy Conquest with just one team. But the problem is, once this team's down to about 60% stamina, if you refresh and you go in to do a battle with that team again, maybe you win. Now you're at 50% stamina, and then you're going to start losing. You're going to start dropping battles. So the answer to that is, if you have like 2 or 3 different teams that are winning and you still have stamina and you can do a refresh and you still use that stamina to get Datacron pieces or whatever, then yes, do a refresh. If you've only got a couple viable teams in Conquest and they're out of stamina, then you'd be wasting your crystals by refreshing. Once you got a bunch of teams like this, and as you can see, I have stamina on everybody. I'll play like 1 refresh tonight, and then that'll be it. And it's not because I can't do more refreshes, but in this case it's because I just don't want to spend the crystals. I mean, I'm down to 264 crystals. I think we got first place in fleets today. Yeah, so you need 750 to get your 3 refreshes in Cantina. So right now, I'm already only going to get 2 refreshes in Cantina. And if I were to spend more of these crystals on refreshes for Conquest, then I wouldn't even get 2 refreshes in Cantina. So for me, that's the thing. You know, do you have the crystals, and do you even have the stamina to pull it off? Loquitur, on the other hand, I'm doing an experiment on Loquitur this time. So I've run a bunch of these conquests with the regular battle pass. I actually bought the upgraded battle pass this time, just to see how much difference it really makes and whether it's worth the going $30 instead of $10. And maybe you guys can answer this. I haven't had the time to go look, but all of these quests that say win without using a galactic legend, I've done that. I've won without using a galactic legend and haven't got a single one of these feat completions. But if I'd gotten, clicked off of it. If I'd gotten that, man, I would be tearing up Conquest on Loquitur. Look at this. We've already passed box 5 and still have like 5 days to go in the event. So I could easily have gotten box 6 if I learned how to get that feat finished. It should say win without Sith or Jedi or Ufus. Okay. Well, what about the Night Sister one? Because it says win with Night Sisters, right? It says Marin, Talzin, Old Daka. So if I go in here and I pick a team that has Marin, Talzin, and Old Daka. Right? We can do that pretty simply, can't we? You just do C Watt and then bring in some Night Sisters. And do Talzin, Old Daka, and Marin. Right? This is the quest. And if I do this, I don't get credit. Now, always before, if it said do it with these 3 characters, I just stick those 3 characters in, run it out, and get credit for completion. But I think in this case, it wants me to keep them alive or something. I don't know. All 3 of them have to survive. Yeah. Yeah, that is okay. So that's what I thought. That's when I looked at that, I thought to myself, well, it must be that they have to live. And of course, they're getting rockets to the face in this one, so they're all dying off for good. And Old Daka can't even bring them back. But yeah, so okay, so they got to stay alive. Yeah, it's so I won't be able to complete that because my Night Sisters are awful. Unless you guys know of a way to somehow magically complete these things with like Gear 8 Night Sisters. My Night Sisters are really awful. I mean, if I had a Relic Daka, I could probably do it, right? But in hard Conquest, I don't see my Night Sisters doing much of anything. So I'm out that feat. So I might be able to get box 6, but certainly, in any case, no matter what else happens, with that battle pass, it's been really easy to get through Sector 5. And I think I finished Sector 5 in the first week and was already farming Datacron. So overall, the $30 battle pass isn't worth it in the sense of getting more gear or getting a better box. Because I'm still limited by the number of feats that I can complete just because my roster is limited. But what it does allow, it allows you to complete Conquest a lot faster and farm a lot of Datacron stuff. So for me, that's going to be the question. Is getting a whole bunch more Datacrons worth the $30? I don't think it is. I don't think so. But I'm experimenting with it this time around. If you get Voluntary Vanguard, you can put in a tank and cheese it on Sector 4 bonus node. So the Tuscans all have just single target damage. So you put in the Voluntary Vanguard and you just let them. So if you had a really good tank like Crew or something like that that would definitely stay alive, put Voluntary Vanguard on them. That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. I may have to try that on Upticio account. This account doesn't have. I don't have a very good tank. I've got red tank though, I guess. I've got the Sith or the Royal Guard. I think I have Voluntary Vanguard somewhere in here. No? No. No. Really? Wow, I've never found a Voluntary Vanguard. It's a 2 dot mod, right? Yeah, it's pretty sure it's a 2 dot mod. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I would have picked one up if I'd have found it, I think. So I guess I didn't find one on my way through, or there was something better on the node. But anyway, that's something to remember for next time. Maybe I can get that Night Sister feat done. Or you'd have to have Watt with a tank that's good enough, right? And it can't lose protection. What tank I mean, crew is pretty much it, right? Crew's probably the only tank that can guarantee protection. Or maybe 5s? Is my 5s on this account big enough? Now you guys got me curious. Maybe I can make it work. Go to Sector 4, go to these Tuscans. And this is a good node to have, right? So let's look at tanks. Tanks, but no tanks. Kenobi. Kenobi's pretty good. He's probably one of the beefiest tanks I have. Kanan Jarrus. Interesting. Interesting. So what we could do, in theory, we could put Kanan here, put Daka up top, because doesn't her lead have some kind of defense in it? Health and defense. We can build that skill up. Give a ton of defense. 3 Omegas, we can do that, right? So 50% health and 50% defense out of the lead spot. And then doesn't he get back what is this? Counter chance. Recovers 25% health when he suffers a debuff. It's health. I thought it was protection. I guess it's Chopper that does the protection recovery. So maybe this. Let's see. Maybe we can get this to work. Okay. Give him taunt. When he runs out of protection, he runs out of taunt. Yeah, okay, so it's just over. And then we lose again. Oh, he got natural taunt. Try to get some debuffs over there. Yeah. Oh, Talzin down. Daka can still revive though, so let's do that. And now it's just a matter of getting enough damage. Now we got to find some damage somewhere. Yeah, I think if I had crew as a tank, that could work, or JML or something like that. But I don't have a tank that's good enough to soak all those hits, because my Night Sisters are truly trash. Truly trash. But I wouldn't mind building them up. I mean, they were in the second tier projects for a while. We could build up Night Sisters. And, with the idea of just doing better in the next Conquest, right? So we just write this one off as not good enough. And then, in the next Conquest, we take a look at these Ladies of the Night. Man, everything is good in the game right now. Like, everything. You need everything. Night Sisters are good. Bad Batch is good. Like, Inquisitors, all the stuff. All the things. They're all good. The Sanastaros team that I want to build. I gotta build this Bounty Hunter team, too, at some point. Ugh. So much stuff I need to do. I need all the things, guys. I need all the things. Yeah, that's why you pick and focus, right? So we're going to build the Jedi Knight Luke team, finish out old Ben. We're going to build that Fennec Shand team, and then we're going to build Jabba. We're We're not going to look at anything else until we get those. Well, we may have to build Maul for the Mandalorian team. So I take that back. We'll build the Mandalorian team for the Crate Raid. So we'll build JKL, Mandos for Crate Raid, Fennec Shand, Jabba. Finish out Jabba. You'll likely want Mother Talzin lead for the Plagues. Night Sisters are super easy to gear 12. And I get a ton of GAC and TW use out of them with just a Relic DACA. Yeah, absolutely, Tyler Holt. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Just a Relic DACA. It also gets you challenge tier 1 on another assault battle with Night Sisters. It's just, I've never taken the time to get it done. I just haven't done it. Put it on the agenda, on the list of all the things that I want to do. All right, let's take a look at the current round of Grand Arena. We're fighting up against the Nordic Warcry. 8.7 million galactic power, 3/6 in ships, 5 million cool galactic power in characters. Galactic War Battles won 23,000. That puts this account 5.5 years old. It's amazing to me how long people have been playing this game. It's crazy. I look at that and I think, man, that's more than twice as old as my Loquitur account, right? I just passed 2.5 years. This guy's at 5.5 years. Crazy. Iden Versio and the TIE Defender. Look at that. Relic Iden. That's interesting. Got the Executor, Negotiator, Malevolence, no Profundity. And the Finalizer's in here, but that's pretty much it. 6 fleets. Okay. So we'll probably see the Executor on defense. The Chimera will probably be on defense. And then people seem to love to throw this Finalizer on defense. I don't know why. But now that the Empire fleet is good, a lot of people are taking Empire fleet on offense. I still think the Finalizer is like really, really solid offensive fleet. Really good. It beats everything except the Profundity. So like against a player that doesn't have the Profundity, Finalizer should always be on offense, I feel like. Jabba the Hutt, Lord Vader, SLKR, Jedi Master Luke, and Sith Eternal Emperor. 5 Galactic Legends. Count them 5. Revans, Malik, Skywalker, Grand Inquisitor. No third sister yet, thankfully. Fennec, Newt. Looks mostly like the requirements. There's the Malgus sitting there at Relic 6. Okay, if I had a Malgus, he'd be Relic 9. Wampa's Relic 3. If I had a Wampa, it'd be at least Relic 7 or 8. Because I got one at 7 and one at 8. I can say that with confidence. Starkiller in the house. I don't see the Triumvirate Relic. So there's some relief there, I guess. But alright. Tons of stuff. Tons and tons and tons of stuff. 5 Galactic Legends worth of relic requirements. Starkiller, Revans. Oof. Vader's modded for speed. Interesting. And he is not modded for protection. Also interesting. If you build Lord Vader, at the start of the fight, he converts all of his protection to health. If you look at his base stats, his protection stat is higher than his health stat, and protection main stats give more percent than health main stats. So you would always want to put protection on him, because you will get more total health out of protection mods than you do out of health mods. Weird, but true. Same thing for some other characters, like the Royal Guard. If you're using Royal Guard in with Lord Vader, you also want to mod him with defense mods and some protection stats. And he'll convert all that protection to health. Then he will get it boosted by Lord Vader, and then he will get it boosted again by his Zeta. And it will go to insane quantities of health. Interesting, interesting. All right, speed. Fastest non-GL character for this player, 328. That's not a very fast Mara Jade. That makes me feel pretty good about my speed. Radis, 318. So he's got some speed mods. They're just spread out among his characters. Bunch of stuff right around 300. Okay. So he's not building really fast characters, but he's got quite a few characters that are fast. Fast enough. So I'll have to pay attention to speeds. All right. What kind of gifts did he leave us on defense? Seeing 5 GLs, I pretty much just pulled it all to offense. I put this Qui-Gon team on defense still because it's gotten me a few holds. People seem to, I mean, they look at this front zone and they think, oh, he must be hiding something good in the back, so they, some players don't take a GL against it, and then, you know, sometimes he gets a hold. We got Grievous on defense again. Maybe put him on offense. Put some bounty hunters on defense. I felt like I had to have at least some teams that were presenting at least a modicum of a challenge. So tried to put some relics on defense. It's stuff that I typically don't use on offense. It's just more relics to make the opponent work. Fleet-wise, we did put the Executor on defense. Put the Empire fleet on defense. And then I put this garbage second Rebel fleet on defense. That gives me Profundity, Malevolence, and Negotiator on offense, as well as kind of a few ships as a backup if I need it. All right. Character-wise, what did he put down for me? He put down 2 different Inquisitor teams. I'm not too scared of this. Maybe I should be more scared of this. Is this scary? Is the Grand Inquisitor scary? I don't know. I don't feel like it's that hard to beat. Here we've got some bounty hunters with a Relic 7 Zam. We'll have to be careful how we deal with that. That can be a lot of damage. Okay, down here we have SLKR. Also have the Kylos in a team here. No Hux. So there's some things we could probably do here. Maybe the Iden team works there. We've used the Iden team successfully on this before, so maybe we'll use Iden Versio with a couple troopers. Radis. Radis takes some attention. You gotta pay attention. This is a good team, so we'll have to bring something in there. Maybe CLS or something. For SLKR, I think maybe we just use JMK. And for Malgus, probably easiest just to use Sith Eternal. So we'll use up our 2 Galactic Legends here. We'll use up other teams, break through the bottom, see what's on the back wall. That seems like the best strategy. And if he's got another Galactic Legend on the back wall, then I probably lose the matchup. But that's the way it goes. We'll pick Kenobi, and we'll pick Cat, and we'll pick, I don't know, just a bunch of defensive stats. That way SLKR pretty much shouldn't be able to get through Kenobi. We don't care about Hux in this case. We'll use Commander Ahsoka Tano to insta-kill the Stormtrooper and go from there. This should not be too challenging. Okay, bang. All right. Let's just go ahead and reset Cat right away. Get this kill in. Get him out of there so we don't have to worry about it. And now we'll go to work on Hux. Okay, he's got a second stab off already with the reset from Hux. So you got stab, sweep, stab. Not getting a lot of ult meter here, though. Kenobi team is really good about telling SLKR no crits. Say no to crits. We're going to put the healing immunity onto him as soon as we can. And we'll shred his armor a little bit here. I don't feel like we need to do the ult yet. Put the healing immunity on him again. And then kill him. Oh, we didn't kill him. What was that? Alright, let's do the ult. Send him back in. Alright, there we go. 67 banners. First win is in. Let's go catch up on chat. Lol was here and said, sadly, I can't... I have math homework to do. Good luck on GAC. Well, thanks, Lol, belatedly. Mike C says the Vanguard puts marked on the tank. I'm way behind on chat. I used SLKR and crew with 3 horrible Night Sisters, Gear 1 Marin. Yeah, if you have SLKR and crew, that sounds like it'd do the trick. Night Sisters are all old gear. It doesn't take long to get to Gear 12. Yep, nice. LBC Rob says, question, 4.9 million, JMK and Lord Vader. Now what to do? No Executor or Profundity yet. Was going to do Jabba or Inquisitors next, but Starkiller is intriguing. You got to get Executor or Profundity. If you're not placing top 5 in fleet, that needs to be the priority for your account. If you've already got 2 GLs, I mean, there's ways that you could still be placing top in fleet if you're using Finalizer or something like that to beat up other Executors. So if you've got a way to get fleet number 1, then I definitely would say Jabba would be the right move. But I just generically would say build the Executor before you build Jabba. Okay, let me rephrase. Step 1, make sure you have something for the crate raid. Step 2, secure your big fleet. Step 3, get Jabba. My opinion. Hey DL, I watched a Zareth video and he said the order for Royal Guard didn't fold in that order. He said that Royal's health Zeta doubles, then he gets the Vader health bump and protection fold. Then he gets the Vader health bump and protection fold. So, when a team hits... My understanding has always been that the leadership, that each character resolves in the order in which it was placed. So, again, maybe Zareth is more of an expert at this than me, but if I put these 3 characters in, when they get placed, that Sith Eternal would resolve his abilities first, the next character would resolve their abilities next, etc. So let's look at Royal Guard. Maybe there's something in Royal Guard that works differently. At the start of the encounter, if the allied leader is Empire, he gains max health equal to 5% of the leader's max health, and then doubles his health until the end of the encounter. So you're saying that Royal's Zeta doubles, then he gets the Vader health bump, and then the protection. At the start of the encounter, he gains max health equal to 5% of the allied leader's max health, then doubles his health. I don't see anything in there that would indicate that he would not this is only going to show me Sith I have. Yeah, I find that odd. I feel like the leadership resolves I would have to do testing to figure out if that's accurate. It was in his how to mod video, so I'm not sure if I just misunderstood. Well, let's be fair, okay? And I want to state this very clearly and not in a judgmental way. So Zareth recently put out a video that said these characters want health. And he goes through all these characters that he's giving health mods to. And in all the cases, if you use defense mod sets with health main stats, every one of the characters that he pointed out would be better with defense mod stats. There's only a few characters in the game where that's different. Malgus, for example, Malgus does damage based on his percent max health, so maxing his health makes sense. Grievous, his attack is based on his health, so health makes sense. For characters who you know you're going to be fighting up against true damage, like if you want your Sith Eternal to beat Rey, then health makes sense. But other than those very few cases where something is specifically derived from max health, it's always better to use defense mod sets. And I feel like everybody misses that. Nobody ever says it. Everybody just talks about putting health on characters, but it doesn't maximize their durability. So what I would say, I always watch videos with skepticism to say, if you say that that's not the way it works, then show me. Just like the defense mods. In order to prove that defense mods are better, I did extensive testing. I changed mods. I went in against the same team over and over again. I proved to myself in like 8 different ways that it really did work like I thought it worked. And it did reduce the damage like I thought it reduced the damage. And, you know, I did proof testing. So I would have to see like proof testing to show that that's actually the way Royal Guard works. Because speculating that that's the way it works without somebody who actually has looked at the code and understands how the code applies it, then the only way to know for sure is to test it. So, again, I'm not saying Zareth's wrong. All I'm saying is everything that you view, if you are scientific like I am, you view it with a grain of salt. And you believe the people who have proven it, you know, taking the time to prove out the theory. I think the tunes resolve unique abilities in the order then the leader ability is applied. Okay. Again, I have to take somebody's word for it. I've never tested to figure out what order that stuff occurs. So if it occurs in that order, then, you know, I'd still have to do the calculations because you still might be better off with protection. You still might be better off with protection, even if it goes in that order. Right? Because how does his protection look? 28,084. Math is so hard. So that puts him at like 56,000 or something like that. And it would put his protection around 58. So he's about even on health and protection. Okay. So yeah, I'd have to look at the actual stats and do the calculation. But if the 50% is applied first, then you would want health main stats on him. But I'm telling you, even if you want health main stats on this guy, defense mod sets are better here. I mean, I've got health mod sets on mine because that's what I have. But if I had this Royal Guard exactly like I wanted him, he would have defense sets. Or potency sets if you want a better chance of the stun landing. Potency cross and potency set isn't bad on him if you feel like you can get the stun to land. There's some like galactic challenges and stuff like that want you to land stuns. And getting the Royal Guard in a C team, getting the retribution on him so that he counterattacks every time he gets attacked, is a way that I use to get 30 stuns. When I need those like 30 stun feats, I use that Royal Guard. There's more cases. Armor Shred, Datacrons with armor penetration and defense penetration. Again, Ray, I can go through all the math if it's necessary. But I will tell you, the first 2 armor shreds, armor is still better. When you apply the 3rd armor shred, that's finally where you fall into the category where armor falls off. So you have to have 3 stacks of armor shred on you before armor's not better. So, let me put this a different way for you guys. I'll try to simplify it. I'll try to make it really simple. Let's interact. Let's have an interactive chat thing here, okay? I want you guys to pick 2 numbers between 5 and 10. Any 2 numbers between 5 and 10. I'll take the first 2 numbers that pop up in chat. Any 2 numbers between 5 and 10. I read in a Discord chat, so no actual testing, but it seems to apply to my CLS team when it came to calculating guard from Chewy. We got a 9 and we got a 7. Okay, I'm just going to use those 2 numbers. We got a 9 and a 7. Thank you, chat. All right, so let's say 9 represents your health, 90,000 health. And the 7 represents your armor, 70% armor. The way that they work, because armor reduces damage and then health receives the damage that's left over, and the armor will apply over multiple hits, the relationship between those 2 things is multiplicative. It's not straight additive. It works in a way that's multiplicative because it works over multiple hits. So here's what I want you guys to think about. If I already have 9 health and 7 defense, and I have 1 more point to add, am I better off making my health 10 or my defense an 8? And this is where you find out that, let's just multiply the 2 numbers together. 10 times 7 is 7, or 9 times 7 is 63. If we made that 10, it would be 70. If instead we made it 9 times 8, 72. So by making whichever number is lower better, you're always going to end up with a better multiplication, right? Well, if you've now got a 9 and an 8 and you have a choice to increase something again by 1, you increase the defense by 1 again. 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 8 is 80. Until they're even. So what that means, if you're picking health main stats for a character, your health is going up and up and up. You're always going to get more benefit by increasing your defense stats to protect your health. So the way it works out, you don't want defense main stats on your characters because that works out badly for you. But this is what you want, right? You want defense mods with health percent main stats. This gives you the health that you want for your character, and this protects that health and makes it take more hits to kill you. And armor shreds reduce your armor by a certain percent, but if you were at 50%, the armor shred would reduce you to 25. If you're at 62%, the armor shred reduces you to 31%, right? So even though it cuts your armor in half, you're still much better armored than you were in the original scenario anyway. And again, it's multiplicative, so until you have multiple armor shreds, you're still better off. All right. Ray says, obviously, take the defense to 8. It's just the law of squares. Well, I'm trying to make this so that, anybody can understand it, the concept. And again, I've done the math to prove it. There's some real number math in my Mod Mastery series. If anybody ever wants to go check it out, you can see some examples of the math using real characters. so you can see what's behind it. And people at the end game, they rediscover this, right? They're playing along and they rediscover it. And then they only apply it to that specific situation. So they're trying to do tier 3 with Night Sisters and they can't get it. And then somebody figures out, well, if you put defense mods on Daka instead of health mods, then you get through. Then you make it. And then you complete the tier 3 challenge, right? So the key was defense mods on Daka. Well, the key was always defense mods on Daka. I mean, Daka is another one that you could say, if she does a resurrect, it resurrects based on a percent of her health. So very, very early in like the first couple rounds of combat, you know, it's better to have more health on Daka because if she reses somebody, she will res them with more health. But once you get past that first couple rounds, again, Daka's health doesn't matter except for how much damage she takes. And in that case, she would always be better off with defense mods with health main stats. Even Daka. With fives, you remember when using fives to counter SLKR used to be a thing? And people discovered, oh man, if you put defense mods on fives, he's almost impossible for SLKR to kill. Okay, we figured it out. But then people say, okay, it's just for this one specific situation, right? They apply it exactly to fighting against SLKR and not just to the fact that defense mod sets are always going to make a character more tanky. Or I've heard people say, yeah, but that only works for characters that already have naturally high armor. So fives has high armor and putting armor on him is good. And that's not the case. Even a character with 46 armor, the armor calculation is non-linear. So you get the same benefit no matter what armor you start at. I love math. I'm not always right, though, guys. I'm not always right. And I admit that, and I put that right up front. I'm not always right. Sometimes I calculate using, the wrong 1 over something or whatever. So if anybody has evidence that I'm wrong, I'm always willing to listen and learn. All right, we're going to try Iden against this this team. The key is going to be we don't want to kill... we also could use Mara Jade here. We've had some success using Mara Jade against this team. And Hux is not in the team. So without Hux here, as long as we can go first, we can go best. Right? And once we get shocks on people, shock them and kick them, keep them stunned. So we just got to check speeds and then we can do it this way and save Iden for something better, I think. $272. We're definitely better than 272. So we're good. We're good. And I think Mara Jade's fast enough that we can actually... It's what, 288? 312 on Mara Jade. Holy cow. Okay. So Thrawn can actually kick here first. And then we can get in there and start doing our thing. Shark says, anyone know how to clear up a single Lord Vader in 3v3? Bounty Hunters, if you have a Relic Fennec Shand, seems like a good plan. But it has to be a pretty high Relic Fennec, and you want a pretty beefy Bosk. This guy has way too much turn meter. Way too much. Something has gone horribly wrong here. All right, we're going to make sure that we don't make any big mistakes here. Okay. We'll do that. And then we'll kick the turn meter away from him. We will definitely kill him first. We want to get him stunned. Okay, he's stunned now. That's good. Work our way through. Okay. Get a shock. Take a counterattack. Don't care too much. Alright, let's see if we can get the stun back on him. Okay. Let's try to get shock again, or stun again. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, let's do that. Let's kick him. See if we can get him stunned. Shocked, kicked, stunned. And we're not doing anything to his health bar. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay, let's just do basics. Huh. Shock. Kick. Shock. Stun him again if we can. Pretty confident that I've beaten this team before with the Mara Jade, but this is not looking good. What's different, I wonder? Alright, we got through him after all. Try to take away Kylo's turn meter here. Too late, we didn't get it. Or we did get it. We got it with a different character. Never mind. Just basics on through here. Kick him again. Okay. We did it. We did it. The key is, I guess, not to put too many debuffs on the Kylo Ren masked. If Lord Vader using protection up Datacron, a Boba rocket will snipe him. If Lord Vader's using a protection up Datacron, a Boba rocket will snipe him. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay, Radis. Oh boy. We need a team that's good, but I don't want to put a team that's too good. We still have Imperial Troopers left. We still have CLS. We've got Wampa. We've got a lot of stuff. So let's think about using Jedi Knight Luke. And we'll put in Revan and Hermit Yoda. And we should be able to do mass assist. Just target Radis. And we'll just throw down as much damage as we can. Once Radis is dead, the team's got pretty much no threat. But we've got to kill Radis, and then we've got to kill Jinner, so pretty much back to back if we're going to make this work. Alright, so what do we got? We got Health Steal, crit chance, crit avoidance, armor, penetration, things, stuff, junk. There's really... Wow. Wow. I don't like any of it. I don't even like it. I don't want any of it. None of it seems to do that good for the Jedi Knight Luke team. Alright, we're fine. We'll just go in. We will just go in. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. Okay. Let's do this. Stun everybody. Go in on Radis. Okay. Give it over to Luke again. He can pull Revan to assist. Okay, almost through him. Almost through him. Yeah, once we slowed everybody down, their speed is really horrendous. Once we get the Jedi Knight Luke lead to go off. Alright, Jin down. No resurrection for you today. If we get too many stacks of exposed, though, I suppose he could get a surprise kill. 55 banners. It's not great. It's okay. Alright, then we've got this Phasma team. What do you guys use against Phasma like this? What do you think? Like, throw a Wampa here? I hate throwing Wampa without knowing what's on the back wall. He does have a Relic Iden Versio, so we cannot use Wampa till we see the back wall. Because if he's got a Iden on the back wall, then we're done. I don't see anything here that we're... Savage is good against CLS, though, if he's got a CLS team on the back wall. Savage can probably do this, right? Shark says Savage. What else could we use? They've got some area effect. We could maybe use Dash Rendar here. I wonder if Dash would work. Did we try Nest against this? I feel like we tried Nest and then... Nest works. Nest should work against this, right? Because he doesn't have the stun. It's the Special Forces pilot with the stun. Or did we try Nest against it and get blown up because they just had so much damage and we got like one shot? I'm trying to remember. I feel like Nest kills this though, right? We should be able to do Nest, save Savage for the back wall in case we see something back there we don't like. I feel like this must work. Dank Ideal says I use the Alt F4. All right. Here we go. Counterattack number 1. In. Counterattack number 2. All right, let's get a big hit stun. Yeah, I think that might be the issue. I think they just hit hard enough that Nest is on the ropes. Get a certain turn sequence. Dazes. No dazes. 0 dazes. Interesting. Oh, they got armor down on me too. Okay, stun. Resisted. Okay. Alright, though, we're ramping. Not good success so far, but we're ramping. Oof! That was a big hit. That was brutal. My life flashed red before my eyes. Alright. Omicron down. Phasma down. Without the Omicron, he shouldn't be able to kill me. Alright. 54 banners. It's aight. Let us see what we've got on the back wall. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We've got Iden. With a Dark Trooper. What? No. No, don't put a Dark Trooper with your Iden. Oh, no. Oh, it's trooper abuse. Gotta report this guy for trooper abuse now. Alright, so for anybody who doesn't know, if no other allies have the leader tag, okay, that's part of this, right? But there's also part of this that says if no other allies have a leader tag and all allies are non-droid, she gets a free turn. And she gets revived. So as far as I know, if you have that droid in the team, she gets 0 revives. Still gets the max protection and this recovery and all that stuff. But she gets no revives if Dark Trooper's in the team. Now the question is, does a Relic 3 Dark Trooper have enough to kill Wampa? I think the answer is no. I'm banking on the answer being no. Let's get something with a lot of protection, armor, or something. Here we go. Armor, resistance, tenacity, whatever. It's got health and armor on it. It's the best Wampa mod, so in we go. Darth Robbery says that was a hard hit. Yeah. To take Nest, I go back and look, but I'm guessing that was like 160,000 or something like that hit. One shot. All right, let's go in there with Wampa. We'll probably kill Iden first just from the counterattacks, right? Womp. Oh. That was like a Relic 2 Death Trooper there. Got smitten. Man, my game is super laggy, guys. It is super laggy. I feel like she did get revived. Oh, because she had the buff on her. We're going to test this. She had the revive buff on her. She didn't revive from the mechanic. She revived from the buff. We're going to test this. Yeah. There you go. So we still have a trooper in, but she didn't get revived. So the revive gets shut off with a droid in the team. Okay. Unfortunate. Alright, so Rey, probably just trooper that. Mon Mothma, maybe we'll just Trey that. Dash, I don't know, CLS, something. Feel like we've got plenty to deal with that. Maybe not. We still have Inquisitors to get through. And Bad Batch. Yeah, this front zone's no joke. Okay. So I feel like I just want to use CLS here. Just use CLS and just run through that team. Or Troopers. But Troopers work well against the Jedi Training Rey. So maybe squishing Jedi Training Rey is more fun. Savage should beat Mon Mothma, right? So maybe... What's the best thing I could kill with Savage? Savage won't kill Bad Batch, right? Will he? Will Savage kill Bad Batch? I don't think I've ever tried that matchup. If it kills CLS, maybe it will. But that's a good chunk of damage. They're not nearly as good in threes. How fast is he? 313. That's pretty slow for an Echo, actually. He's like a 198 character on his base speed. It's easy to make him super fast. Too much recovery, I think, for the Bad Batch. Yeah, interesting. Treya Ami is good for Grand Inquisitor. So you like Treya? That could be interesting. I don't know about others, but 3v3 is so demoralizing, says Brady Tightcraft. I climb in 5v5 because I can punch up with those limited rosters, get to 3v3, and I can't punch up when the other side has 15 more teams. I think in general, 3v3 is more punishing for small rosters. I agree with you. It's easier to punch up in 5v5. It's harder to punch up in 3v3. And you have to fight just like all of these all-relic teams. It's definitely harder to punch up against. My guild finished Sith Raid yesterday. I'm at 144 out of 145 shards. And now I gotta wait till after a blackout for Treya. Oh man. That stinks. Way less off meta counters in 3v3, says Darth Robre. Always had a hard time in 3v3. Yeah. So you're saying Treya. Do Treya against the Grand Inquisitor. My Treya is pretty bad, though. We still got a lot of work to do on our Sith. So if I use this team, I don't know. I feel like they'll have enough damage to push right through me. What is the best thing I can do with Savage? Maybe I just got to use Savage on the back wall. Maybe the Mon Mothma team. Maybe I just Savage the Mon Mothma team. Keep it simple. Okay, let's plan to Savage on Mon Mothma. We've still got Vader. Still got CLS. Bad Batch and Grand Inquisitor are probably the biggest threats. So if we do CLS, we should be able to do this version of the CLS team, right? We can equip this Datacron, and we should be able to cut through this Bad Batch no problem. And then we can use Dash with Han and Chewie. We can use like a Dash Han Chewie team against somebody. So let's try this and see what we can get done. What about Treya with Savage? There were some Geos down there, so I feel like maybe we do Geos. Okay. Probably just hit Wrecker here. Let's see how much damage we can do to Wrecker. Let's blind everybody. Okay. Get off the big damage here. We're ramping with this Datacron too, so I feel like this is gonna go well for us. Do a stance change here real quick. Get a third stack. Wanted to get back around to that middle skill. Prevent buffs. Now we'll go back to our regular stance. How much damage is this? Clearly not enough. Relic 5 Hunter standing strong. 57 banners. Alright. Treya hard counters Inquisitors. Shark says that's brutal. I'm 4 million and I'm going against the 4 Galactic Legend front wall. Okay, so you guys want me to use Treya in here. You're saying Treya hard counters this. I want to save Savage. So I'm willing to listen to chat. Okay? I'm willing to listen to chat. But can we beat it with this right here? Is this good enough? Or put Vader in? Is that good enough to beat the Inquisitors? I get that Trey is a counter here. What I worry about, if they hit me hard enough, if they hit Nihilus hard enough just to put him through his life, then he's dead, right? So same thing with Treya. I'm willing to try this, guys. I'm willing to try it. Darth Robbery says I'd be worried. "50-50" says Sharks. Nihilus lead says Robovolk. Yeah. This is the assassin, right? This is the character that, like... Oh, no. That's second sister that has the execute. Oh, okay. Do we want to try this? Yes or no? I'm willing to give it a shot, guys. I'm willing to give it a shot. I don't know how I'm going to clean it up if this doesn't work. Probably have to bring troopers in here. If this doesn't work, it probably has to be troopers. We're going to try it. We're going to try it for science. We're going to try it for science. And we just got to hope that Gear 12 is enough to hold out against the damage. Alright. Let's do this. And this. And ability block on him. An ability block over here. And no ability blocks anywhere. Because why would you want to ability block anybody? Alright, we're holding up okay so far. Let's isolate here. Okay. Alright. We're not dead yet. Hanging tough. Gastrointestinal. Man, Nihilus took a beating. When he cleared all those debuffs, he was like retreating like a turtle into his shell. Okay, there's the big hit. Here's the cooldown reductions. Okay, I think we're in good shape with the Grand Inquisitor dead. I feel pretty confident. I don't think the execute's coming through on that. That's a tanky tank over there. Tanky McTankerton. Alright. Thing about high health tanks, they die to dots. Let's go. More dots. Yeah. 54 banners. Thanks for the advice, chat. That worked out better than I had any right to expect that it would. Okay, this. What if, what about, what if, what if, what if? What if I had a little teeny tiny gas? What if I had a teeny tiny gas? What do you guys think about this? I don't think they have enough damage to get through me before Skywalker stands back up. Are they immune to ability block or something? Geez, they might be. They might be immune to ability. I have no Zetas. No Zetas yet at all. I have not committed a single Zeta to gas. No good. Got to put Shock T up here. I think I might have put Shock T on defense. I think she might be on a back wall defense. I think I might be stuck with this. What Zetas are important? I mean, Rex is going to kill everybody, right? Like, I'm not looking for Skywalker to do damage. I'm just looking for him to hold up these other bounty hunters until Rex can do aerial advantage and win. Without Zetas, eek. No? Shark says you need all of them. What can we beat with this? Honestly, I think we can beat that bounty hunter team. What about the Inquisitors? Relic 7 though, huh? Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, we still have Dash Han Chewie. This requires some pretty high damage. So maybe this is where we use our Dash Han Chewie. We still have troopers if we need them. We've still got Admiral Radis. We still got Savage for the back wall. We're running out of stuff fast though, guys. We're rapidly depleting our stuff. Oof. 501st for science. You know, I think so. I think maybe that's precisely what we need to do. Just need to run it for science. Okay. Let's get some damage on these guys. And then let's go. I think we're going to try to kill Shaak Ti first. I think we're just going to go straight all in on Shaak Ti. Get her stunned, get her killed, if we can. There we go. Working as intended. Let's get these buffs off. Oh, come on, Grenade Man. Stealing all my banners. 3 banners stolen in one shot. That was easy. That was so easy. Bada bing, bang, bang, bada boom. All right, 501st, gas. Let's go. Let's do it. Gas is just going to be sitting down over and over again, though. You guys are right. This probably won't work with Zam boosting up the damage. We're going to save this for right now. Okay. Oh, gas is sitting down already. All right. Now we're going to use that. Take more turns. Just need a lot of clone turns. All right, gas. Get up. Armor shreds. Yeah. All right. And we're just taking clone turns. That's all we're doing. Oh, big hit from Embo. Stop attacking 5s. You know. You can attack Rex. Don't attack 5s. 5s is part of my game plan here. I need 5s. I need him alive. We're going to do that. Oh, we missed it. Oh. All right. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Get her. Get her. Get her. Get her. All right. All right. All right. All right. Phew. We'll armor shred over here again. All right. Embo, don't you be looking at my 5s. You can look at Rex. You can't look at 5. Oh, just get out of here, Bosk. Had enough of you. All right. Guys, the science. The science is working. Proven. Proven technology. Gear 12 gas, no Zetas. Greater than Zam Omicron. Hey, hey, hey. Zetas needed? 0. Oh, man. That was fun. That was fun. I had fun with that. All right. Who can we put in with Mon Mothma? Something, right? Does this team work? Man, I'm running out of relics fast here, guys. Ooh-wee. Health steal, crit chance, protection, accuracy. I'll take this. Yeah, DL science. Science prevails. All right. So I think, honestly, spoken with integrity, saving Rex turn meter for when gas is sitting is very important. I think if I had just spammed that right from the start, that match would have gone much differently. You got to save that skill and use it to get turn meter so you get more turns so gas stands back up. All right. No, Andor bad. Need a tank. Yeah, well, I've got Andor. See, that's what the problem is. The problem is I have no Rogue One tank. Tank equals no, Andor equals yes. There's my K2. He's down there. He's sad. I don't have him or the Rebel tank. So we just got to do it this way. This is the way it has to be done. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. We're just going to take a basic here. Steal turn meter if we can. Stun. Nice. Okay, basic. Okay. Yeah, let's give him all of the debuffs. Basic. Steal turn meter. Nope, didn't get it that time. Okay, let's pop some exposes. Cleanse ourselves off. And then try to get a mass assist and get him. No, come on. Not enough damage. Alright, try again. I just want Fifth Brother dead. He is so annoying. Okay. Bang. Basic. Not enough exposes for me to care. We'll wait until we have a bunch of debuffs on, and then we'll pop that when we can remove our debuffs. Yeah, still not enough exposes, I don't think. Yeah, okay, we'll do it now. And we'll finish out full banners. Beautiful. 57 banners. Andor in the house. Let's see what we got for ships. Okay, Executor. So we'll do our our ibuprofen here. We'll do Malevolence here, Negotiator here. And we'll pray to the RNG that we get good stuff. All right, so Troopers here, Savage here. I think just solo Savage, solo Savage. And then we'll try to give him an offensive Datacron if we have one, which we don't. Crit chance at least. Accuracy, crit chance, health steal, protection. I don't know. It's all kind of garbage. This set doesn't have very good stats on it. I'm not terribly satisfied with the stats that I've rolled on my Datacrons at least. I like Andor with Biston, Mon Mothma, and Kyle. Biston, Mon Mothma, and Kyle. Well, that's certainly not a 3v3 team. Okay, I don't know. Attack bigs? Is it good to attack bigs? I always like attacking bigs. Oh, I missed him. Alright. If the target has below 50% health, massive damage, can't be evaded, let's go. It doesn't prevent res though, right? So he just comes right back. Yeah. A bummer. Oh, I used that when he wasn't yellow. He was yellow, and then he healed up like right at the end of the turn. I clicked the button anyway. Alright, 59 banners. Good. Okay, so troopers here. What are we going to do against Dash? What are we going to do against Dash? We've got Mon Mothma. So maybe, since this isn't like a great Jedi Training Ray team, maybe we have to do something like this. Lando and... oh boy. I don't even know. Iden? Not Iden. We have Iden. We still have Iden Versio. Okay. That's right. We didn't use that on the troopers. So, how many assists do we have? I mean, Iden can obviously kill the Geos. Jedi Training Ray with 1 Zeta. We're going to try this with Mon Mothma. And we're going to throw in Biston. We're going to throw in Lando. And see if we can somehow beat this team with hot trash. There's nothing here preventing resurrections. So we're just going to trust that we can just turn around more damage, remove the debuffs. Then we can do troopers on Dash, we can do Iden on Geos, and it'll be over. Kyber Soze says, I agree, set 8 is garbage. Protection and crit damage are great, but the modifiers are just not exciting. Yeah, that's kind of the story, right? Like, some of the abilities are really good. So it's not like the whole set's garbage. It's just that the bonus stats that you get aren't great. I think R2 is probably the right first target. Let's do this because they're going to dodge it anyway, so it does. Counterattacks are irreverent. Okay, looks like Lando's going to need a resurrection here in a second. Res 1. Get that cooldown going. Because we're probably going to need it again. Alright, get rid of that ability block. Take a big shot. And we're just chipping away. Just chipping away. Oh, we could have upgraded our guy. Click too fast. Okay, 55 banners. Good enough. Good enough is good enough. Okay, so that leaves me in trooper mode here. How fast is his dash? This is the question. 275. 275. No tank. Okay. Veers. Piet. Dank trooper. And then I think this is just, you know, pass it over, mass assist right here. Things go badly for him from there. Don't even need a Datacron. Don't need Moff Gideon. Just leave all the tools in the toolbox. Because what we got is enough. Alright, here we go. Mandalorian, die in one hit. Pow! Oh! Die twice in one hit. How sad are you? How sad are you, man? Frowny faces. Look at this. Look at the control. The absolute domination of Imperial troopers. 57 banners. Still one of the most fun teams in the game. I love to play the troopers. It just feels so good. Alright, let's do that. And we should be able to get these geos down. Then we can go on to ships. Okay. Geo Brute stun. Go. Alright. Let's drop the bombs. Lawn mowing. Geo mowing. Geo mower. Geolocation. I have located the geos. They are currently residing in a pine box 6 feet below the earth. That's where geos are. 57 banners. Alright, against all odds, I don't think I would have predicted this looking at the defensive setup at the start, but I think we are currently 0 battles dropped. Shouldn't have said that, because as soon as I do, Profundity is going to fail me. Don't fail me now, Profundity. Jar Jar Binks is in the house. I managed to catch you live. Troopers rock. Troopers are so much fun. There's got to be some saying. We got to have some saying like, I would rather lose a game with Imperial troopers than win with Tuskens. That's a saying, right? You know, if it's not a saying, I just made it up. It's a saying as of now. Right now. Yeah, if this doesn't win, we've already lost. So, let's go. Let's try again. Okay. So, we're going to pull Xanadu Blood out of stealth. We are going to pray that we get some assists on these first couple attacks. Here we go. Get some assist, boys. Assist, assist, assist. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Profundity didn't let me down this time. All right. We'll use the big hit. It didn't work. It did nothing. No debuff for me. All right, 2 breaches on. We'll bring him in. Clear the breach off of the Millennium Falcon so that we don't ever have to worry about doing a spin move. He'll stun here. Oh, it didn't get 3 debuffs. That's no good. All right, there we go. Now we're cleansed. Now we can get rid of the taunt. Now we can go after this guy. Let's go. Get on in there. Get this IG-88 dead. Guys? Hello? There we go. All right. Their comms weren't on. They had their comms shut off. They're back on now, though. Radis is downloading. I hear that once he has consent, he's one of the fastest downloaders in the galaxy. Step 1, get consent. Step 2, get in there and download. All right. Tantive away. Executor chases him. Done and dusted. All right. Let's go back here and see if we can get Carthanasi out of here. It doesn't really matter. It's all over at this point, but, you know. Just on principle, do the Houndstooth last. Bring in our last reinforcement. Call a big mass assist here, and we should get all of our... Oh, no? Houndstooth is still living through that? Do not steal banners, Houndstooth. Do not. Do not. Do not steal banners. 71? Yeah, nice. Client must be restarted. It didn't say victory. It didn't say victory. Wow. Did we know about that? Did we know about that? Did we know? I didn't know. Don't panic. I didn't get it. It didn't say victory. It didn't record it. Oh, okay, it did. It did. Okay. Phew. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So it did record the victory. I didn't see it flash up there. It just ended, and it's like, client must be restarted. And I was panic. Oof. RoboVolk says that was the Wookie tag being added to the game. It won me my fleet battle. Nice. Hey, DL, just unlocked Java today. Hope he's good in the new crate raid. Yeah, he's going to be good. He's got to be good. If they made a raid where the Galactic Legend didn't do as well as the Tuscan team, I think I'd be outraged. Yeah, I will be outraged if that's the case. It's got to be good. All right, let's get Malevolent. He's got the stuff, though. He's got the Defender at Relics. And he's got the Interceptor. So this might be a dicey fight, guys. May have to bring Plo in early. Get some fire off of us or something if we have to. Oof. Can we even get to Vader? Do we have to kill the shuttle first? I think we... Oh, man. I hate this. So we've got to find some way. I think we just got to go brute force the tank. Because we're never going to get rid of all the target locks, right? So we just got to get buzz droids on the tank and just brute force the tank. Get him out of there. Get to Vader. Cannot let there be a second round of fire. Mike C says, I just had the same scare. Dank Ideal says, is it worth getting refreshes on the first unlock for 5k shards? Is it worth getting refreshes on the first unlock for 5k shards? For what are you talking about, Dank Ideal? Oh, the profundity. I unlocked the profundity in 3 days. Is it worth getting refreshes on the first unlock for 5k shards? I have a 4-star profundity on my Abtesio account. I have a 5-star profundity on my Loquitur account. The 5-star profundity lets you carry another reinforcement, which is nice, like in Fleet Arena, being able to put in... I like to use this as my third reinforcement, so that if I go against a profundity versus profundity mirror match, this ship is just dumb. You bring it in, it puts fire on everybody. You wait a turn, you put fire on them again. So I like having the third reinforcement slot open. But other than that, I don't see that the 5th star changes the performance that much. It's good, but it's not like, oh my God, you got to get it to 5 stars. But it is that having the extra reinforcement slot is pretty useful on the profundity. All right, let's get in here. I think if there's a fleet battle that I lose, this could be it. If the AI plays this intelligently, this could be where I lose in fleet. Okay. Let's just go on the bomber. Let's get buzz droids on the bomber. Let's get buzz droids on everybody. Okay. Stun the bomber so I'm not on fire. Okay. Now, come on. Power. Yeah, power through it. That's what we needed. Okay. I'm going to do the mass assist. I'm going to take no chances. We're just going to go all in on Vader. Get that kill at all costs. He must not have the TIE Interceptor. I swear I saw it in his fleet. But I don't think... Yeah, because I got a reinforcement before he got a reinforcement. Which means there's no way. There's no way. He doesn't have the interceptor in... Oh my goodness. That seems really bad to me. I mean, if you've got the interceptor, it's got to go in the fleet. Yeah, maybe he forgot to add the interceptor. Well, it sure fooled me. Or... No, I was going to say maybe he's using it on offense, but it doesn't work unless you're with the TIE Advanced. Well, phew. That's a relief. I got to buy that one for free. And I don't know how much it's going to take, but we're going to take in 2 reinforcements here. We're not going to take too many chances. Get in here. We'll take our first hit. I mean, this fleet can kill Anakin. But I don't think his resistance are all relic though. So I think this is a trash fleet. I don't think his resistance characters are relic. So this should be easy. But Poe, a relic Poe, hits really hard. All right. He ain't going to hit a second time. Because he did. Alright, here we go. Dash Rendar. Alright, down he goes. Bang. Down they all go. 74 banners. Woo! That's it. 2060. Over 2,000 in a 3v3 seems good. 2060. Guys, I gotta say, that was some pretty clean gameplay tonight. Some pretty clean gameplay. Not maximizing every banner in every slot, but, you know, we beat some bounty hunters with a Gear 12 gas. We did some science. We did some science while we did the GAC and still managed to drop no battles. I don't think I could expect much more out of that GAC. That's about as good as it gets. All right, let's get our client restarted over here too. This is going to be a problem for me. I'm going to have to get out of here. Don't restart. Don't. Oh, come on. BlueStacks has this thing where sometimes it decides that I want to start a brand new account. So instead of logging into my existing account, it creates a new account for me. So then I got to clear the cache and do all kinds of crazy stuff to get back into my normal account. And then it'll just randomly, again, at some point in the future, decide to start me another new account again. It's crazy. I don't know why it does that. If anybody knows enough about BlueStacks to tell me why it does that, I'd be happy for it not to, ever again. Swgoh gameplay. I'm confused now. I don't know if I should go for JML next. I have so many characters ready because of Jabba, or if I should wait until the next CG announcement. The requirements for the new fleet meta. Dank Ideal says there's only one 5-star executor and one 4-star. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, you'll be fine with profundity either way. All right, Swgoh gameplay. What you should do is nothing. If you truly don't know exactly what you want to do next, what I would say farm good gear. Even if you don't, like, let's say, don't have a relic character that you can target. If you're like most people, you don't just have a ton of Zinbittle cards and impulse detectors lying around. So you can take a few weeks, you know, work on this stuff, farm up Zinbittle cards, and save up gear, and just wait, and just kind of see. And when they announce the new fleet, if you really want to go for it, then go all in on it, you know, then spend all the gear you've been saving up on the relevant characters. If you don't want to go for the fleet, then you can make that decision and spend all your gear. So you can just literally throw it in neutral. Just throw it in neutral, farm smart, use your fleet energy to get stuff that, I mean, if you farm these for 3 weeks and get, you know, 350 of them, it's okay. You will never not need these. They're going to go on some character immediately. So you can either farm up specific things or you can just farm up generic stuff like that and be very safe, be very conservative. And then within a few, like 3 or 4 weeks, we should know for sure what's in the new fleet. Then you can commit your gear where it belongs. Zenith says he'd go for Jabba first, then JMK. He's already got Jabba, right? He's saying he has Jabba and he got a whole bunch of JML. Well, he's got the Jedi Knight Luke journey because of Jabba already. So it's a bunch of JML stuff. Heretic says, yeah, BlueStacks does that to me too. It's so annoying. Okay, at least I'm not the only one. JML is an easy GL. Go get it. Yeah. You're exactly right. Go get it. But I would wait. I would wait until a new fleet gets announced and make your decision then. That's what I would. And so he says, yeah, thank you. I'll start hoarding gear then. Yeah, I think that's the right move. I mean, if I didn't already have a clear path that I was on, I mean, just thinking about it from my standpoint, like what would I do? If I was in a comfortable position and didn't need to continue a journey that I was already on, that's what I would do. I would just wait it out. All right, let's go take a look at the Subtitio account. I think this one's going to be real short. We're fighting up against Soul King. 8.3 million galactic power, 3 foreign ships, 4/8 in characters. This account, bigger than the account that I just fought on Loquitur. And older too, I think. Let's go take a look. 23,000 Galactic Battle Wars 1 on the last guy. 25,000 here. That's 6 years old. I'm fighting a bigger character on my third alt than I am on my second alt. Malevolence, Negotiator, Chimera, Endurance. Executor is down here. 4 stars. No profundity. GLs. Kenobi, Luke, SLKR, Sith Eternal, Rey. Also starring General Skywalker, Revans, Malik, Malgus. I think there was a Malgus in here. I don't see it now. Maybe I was mistaken. A bunch of Jabba the Hutt stuff. So he's very close to having his 6th Galactic Legend. Well, when people have that much stuff, guys, it's rough. So here we go. We've got SLKR on defense, as well as the Kylo team, a bounty hunter team. And then we got Rey up top. Bam. We got dark side stuff on bottom, light side stuff on top. CLS, Rey, and Mon Mothma. So I don't know. Do we have something that can beat Rey? I'm willing to try the CLS team. The question is, what version of it do I use? I have to use 2PO and 3PO, right? In order to use the Datacron. What do you think, guys? Can we crack a Ray with a CLS team? My Jedi Knight Luke team isn't big enough to do that yet. But let's try it. If we can get the... we actually have to kill Ray first. We have to get the buff immunity onto JTR, and we have to kill Ray. Because if we kill anybody else, she's going to instantly execute somebody with the whirlwind. Zenith says, looks like a really rough matchup. Yeah, this is what we call a foregone conclusion. Like, if this player plays, I'm going to lose. But he's 8.3 million and he's down in chromium for a reason. And it's because he either doesn't play or forgets to play or something. Right? So, this player might just gift me a win. That's what can happen sometimes. Let's do damage. We won't peel the lifeblood off of anybody, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just keep doing damage. If we can get Ray... Oh, boy. How did she get to that already? How did she get to that already? Yeah. If this Ray doesn't have enough to kill these characters with her ult, lol. Lol at Ray. Ha ha. Wow. Can't even kill 2 characters with the ult. That's a victory right there. I don't care how the battle actually turns out. Surviving a Ray ult is a victory. Drake says, "Rip CLS." Indeed. All right. You want to see a rip CLS? Let's flip the script. Let's flip the old script and have CLS die on the other side. All right. What do we got here? Armor, health, tenacity. Sure, why not? In we go. Come on. I beat a 5 million GP with C because he had horrible mods and no speed. Yeah. That's the great equalizer, right? So he picked the wrong Chewie, right? Like he was going through his characters and he's like, Luke, Han, Chewie. And then he picked Chewpio instead. Whoops. Wrong Wookie EE. So they answered questions about Tarful. I don't know if you guys read, like in the character kits, there's like a little Q&A section, and they put in the Q&A section, are you really stuck spelling Wookie with, 2 E's on the end? And they're like, oh yes, it's a hill we're willing to die on. And I gotta admit, I read that, and I thought, the old like sarcasm. Do you really care that much about it? Said no one ever. Like, nobody asked him that question. Oh, like we care about how they spell Wookie. I just get tickled by this stuff. Like somebody out there thinks that people care that there's 2 E's on the end of Wookie. I mean, there's probably some hardcore Star Wars fan that does care. Wait. Was I supposed to kill Luke first? Oh, never mind. That's when C-3PO's in the house. Okay. I'm sitting here chatting with chat and complaining about Wookiees and not paying attention. All right. Hey, there we go. His Ray killed my CLS, so I had to kill his CLS. It's only fair. What do we think? Maybe Wampa here. Caleb Sullivan says, what's up? Don't spell walkie, hug one. Oh, he only put 1 O in walk. Man, if you spell Wookie like that, walkie, that's what, like, That's a large furry animal that escaped from being cooked for dinner. A Wookie. Yeah. I think Wampa might just go Wamp on Mon Mothma. Sure, why not? Although, man, that Ray has no damage. Oh, no. If I had any confidence at all that my Wookiee could, or my Wampa could survive that ult, man, the massive damage, like the 99,000 damage or whatever, isn't even a thing, right? Like, we don't care about massive damage. Or is it 999? Maybe that would kill. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. I think I'm thinking of the Imperial Droid's blow-up ability. Alright, we'll just take this on with Wampa. Use the Wampa to kill Ray? Yeah, I just don't think he can survive the either the ult or just the attrition. Because basically she'll do the whirlwind, and if it doesn't kill me, it'll put me on low life. And then when she does the ult, I'll die. So I feel like Wampa's not going to survive the total damage output of Ray. That's the problem. I'll just take my money and run. Again, you guys know how this battle works, right? It works exactly like this. It doesn't matter if I clear 2 zones in fleet. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is whether or not this guy decides to click some buttons. If he wants to play, I lose. And that's just it. There's nothing I can do about it. I just lose. I mean, he's got 3 Galactic Legends on offense, and I've got a paper defense. There's no way. He gets stuck on Profundity, but he's going to clear all 3 zones of characters. So it's irrelevant, you know. I play, and then either A, he forgets to play or doesn't play and I win, or B, he plays and I lose. That's the equation. That's the math behind this one. But I like to get every cash in that I can, every 70,000 credits in my bank account, 70,000 more credits that I have to build characters and do stuff. And we all know it's real important in this game to do stuff. If you don't do stuff, it's a pretty boring game. Sometimes you can also do things and junk. And if you do things, stuff, and junk, then you win your GAC. That's what Loquitur did. Did some things, did some stuff, did some junk, and full cleared. We're not ready for this yet. We haven't taken enough turns with clones. So we'll just keep taking turns with clones. Still not ready to kill Bosk yet. Now we gotta go. Okay. That was a big ouchie, and we've still got healing immunity on. Okay, alright. I think that clears us. We're good now. We're back in. Okay, Dengar can die. Scary moment. Jeopardizing my 70K. Don't do that. I'm going to cash in. You know I'm going to cash in. Boop. Keep stacking. Get some banners back. Oh, man, he really doesn't want me to have full banners. Well, not full banners, but at least 2 characters worth of banners. All right, fine. 53, we'll take it. There's the goal right there, guys. 70K in the bank. That's mod work right there. I can work on mods with that money. All right, then we've got crew. I want to experiment with crew. What can we do with crew here that would be fun? We could do troopers on crew. We could try Luke. I think we might try Luke. Man, these slow Lukes are so much fun. I can't even tell you guys. This slow Luke team, man, just it's so amusing to me. All right, what does this give me? Buff immunity. Stun. Okay. This doesn't give healing immunity, though. Do we have a Jedi that gives healing immunity? Yeah, we do, right there. We're not going to use him for something else. All right, we'll do that. Here we go. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, ladies and gentlemen. Did the previous GAC system have better matches? I didn't have many good matches until I reached Erodium. The previous system went by your galactic power. So basically what would happen, people like me would make purpose-built accounts that were specifically designed for GAC. And then they would come in and they would kill everybody whose account wasn't made specifically for GAC at the same galactic power. So for those of us who were competing, it was a lot of fun. You would come in and like spend 3 weeks killing all of the people at your respective GP that didn't have very good accounts, and then you'd have a good series of matches in your last week or so, and you know, that'd be fun to try to get 12 wins in a row in your particular pod, and get some big scores, big numbers. So yeah, it was different, but on the flip side of it, then for all the people who didn't build very good accounts, they hated it more than they hate the current system, right? So the old system rewarded people with good account building skills. The new system punishes, is more punishing for people who do well with their accounts and punch up. Because you just punch up to the point where you're fighting ridiculous opponents, and it's not very satisfying. I think the best of both worlds is to do a reset. You know, if you just let everything play out for like, I don't know, even like 4 to 6 months. You know, just let it play for like 6 months. Let people sort out. Let the good guys rise. Let the bad guys drop. And then what you do is you lock in everybody's rating. And you say, okay, you got Chromium 2, so this reward package is locked in for you. I'm not going to punish you for doing well. That's locked in. And then you get reset to wherever your galactic power is within the tier system. So maybe I get pushed back down to Chromium 4 or Bronzium 3 or whatever my galactic power gets me, and then I have to rise up again. And like my Loquitur accounts in Kyber, I would continue to get the Kyber rewards, but it would reset me probably to low Erodium. And then, you know, for a good 3-4 months, the play would be pretty fair. And you'd be playing up against people who are similar. Now, just to be clear, once you get up into Kyber, it's all good. Like literally in Kyber, you're just constantly facing people who are playing at the same skill level as you are. So they might have bigger accounts, but they're playing their defenses poorly, or they got bad mods, or there's some reason why they're not doing well in GAC. So it's basically you keep going up until you get to 50-50 matches. But once you hit Kyber, everybody's playing. You don't get to Kyber and meet up with people very often who just don't even play the game. But at the lower levels down here, Bronzium, Chromium, Carbonite, it's just sickening. Because you got these accounts that have no business being this low, and you can't do anything against them. It's really not fun. But as long as you can beat one of their teams, you can always win if they don't play, right? Swgoh gameplay says it never gets better. I don't know. Like I said, I think by the time you get to Kyber, if you're good enough to be in Kyber, then the opponents that you're fighting against in Kyber will be a challenge, you know. And even on Loquitur, I mean, I've come up against accounts that are just showstoppers, right? Like they have a defense that's just a showstopper and I lose. But I'm in Kyber 4 because I'm winning 50% of my matches, right? I'm going up and down and I'm staying there because I've reached my 50-50 rate. Drake says, I have more fun on my 2.2 account than my 6 million account. It gets a little overwhelming at high GP, in my opinion. I agree with you, Drake. On my main account, I was Kyber 2, and I was pushing into Kyber 1. I was kind of going back and forth between 2 and 1. And the amount of planning that you have to do to make sure that you optimize your gameplay and maximize your banners, it takes a lot more time to play in high Kyber. I agree. I think like the amount of teams that you need in Chromium and Erodium are a fun number of matches to play. I think by the time you get to Kyber, it's a lot of matches. And the higher you get in Kyber, the more you have to min-max everything. It's a lot of accounting. And especially if you're playing 2 accounts, man, it's rough. I think by the time you get to Kyber 1, you probably need to drop all your ults and just do Kyber 1. Drake says, I prefer the old way. These days it's hit or miss. You dunk someone and then fight a 9 million opponent next round. Swgoh Gameplay says, yes, I've been in Kyber 3 and 4 for a while now with 2 GLs and Executor, and all I see is guys with 4 and 5 GLs. Yeah, but you're beating them, right? You're still winning. That's the thing. I mean, you face these opponents, and they're hard. Like the battle today. Do I remember correctly? Maybe I remember correctly. I think every character that I faced on defense was Relic. Let's just go check and make sure and see if I'm misremembering. Okay, all Relics. No, there was Geos on the back wall. Yeah, there was some teams on the back wall that weren't all Relics. Okay. So far all Relics. And then I think there's a couple teams in the back wall that weren't all Relics. Yeah, one team. One team out of all this that wasn't all Relics. So, yeah, so that's... I mean, that I think is a pretty big challenge. But I got through it. And if you don't find that fun... If you don't find it fun to try to punch up like this, and I gotta say, guys, I had a bit of a GAC crisis myself, probably about September or October of last year. There was really a point that I reached where I was like, what is the point? Like I got so frustrated with GAC, I was like, what's the point? Like, everybody's going to rise to the level where they're winning 50%, and this account matchmaking is horrible. Like, what is the point of playing GAC? And I had to do this kind of thing. There's a book that I read one time. I don't remember the name of the book, but it's kind of a story. It's about manufacturing excellence, high efficiency, debottlenecking, stuff like that. But it's told in the form of a book, like a story, like a novel. And the main character is having a bunch of struggles and basically a lot of firefighting, you know, dealing with the day-to-day problems, both at home and at work, and he gets a little bit overwhelmed. And there's this moment where he just leaves, and he drives out to a park that he likes, and he goes up on the mountain, and he's just sitting there in the park on the mountain, looking out, and he just takes the afternoon and just stops and thinks and spends the afternoon kind of recalibrating. And I like that scene because life is like that. There are some times where you got to just take all the little micro thoughts and things that you're thinking and take a step back and go, what am I doing? And I did that. I did that last year. And I decided that what I really like about this game is the account building. I like the mod mini game. I like there's a lot of stuff I like about the game. And GAC is no longer the big thing. So I released that. I let go of it. And I said, GAC is a thing that I'm going to do. I'm still going to play GAC. I'm still going to stream it because I love talking to you guys. I like the interaction. I learn stuff. I think it's fun. And if I can help somebody, I love helping. So I'm going to keep doing that. But I started saying in my videos from that point on, like in the account building advice that I give people, I don't give advice to build for GAC anymore. It's a lower tier game mode. It's something that you can do that's fun. But it used to be the reason I played this game, and now it's not. It's not the reason I play this game anymore. It's fun, but it's just a game mode, and I take what I can get, and I have fun doing it, and I don't get overly stressed about scouting my opponent and playing perfectly and whatever. So that's where I ended up on it, and guys, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm still going to play. I'm still going to be competitive. I still want to win every time I come in here to play. But, yeah, I mean, there's got to be other reasons to play the game. If GAC was your only reason for playing the game, those people all quit by now. So yeah, like on the TCO account, I have no chance, but I can let it go, right? Because that's not the premium game mode. It's not what I'm building for. I'm not trying to build my account for GAC, so take what I can get. Needs a reset. Top place doesn't need to stay in first. You know, if they did a reset, I would not reset Kyber 1. The people who have fought their way to the top of Kyber 1 deserve to be there, and I don't think a reset would be fair to those folks. Because whoever's fighting for 5th place up there, I mean, boy, that's hard. So leave Kyber 1 alone. Just leave Kyber 1, reset everything else. Maybe even leave Kyber 2 alone. But reset the rest. Because there's just garbage going on. What are you trying to build your account for if not GAC? So Drake, I've actually put together a series of videos where I rank all the game modes. So as part of my new player guides for this year, I go through and I rank the game modes. And the first and most important thing that you build an account for is getting crystals every day in this fleet arena, because whatever else you want to do, it starts there. Then the second most important thing, you got to build for Conquest. Conquest is where you get new characters. You get stuff out of here that you can't get anywhere else in the game. The rewards are great, so you work on teams for Conquest. Then with the new raid coming in, I would say, if I did that ranking system today, probably the third thing is make sure that you're getting some kind of raid participation. You don't want to be left out on the new crate raid. And then, you know, if you like Grand Arena, then you build for Grand Arena. It's kind of like the 4th tier thing that you do. So even here, like if you look at my account, I'm building Jabba Du Hutt. But I'm also working on specifically the Jedi Knight Luke team only for Grand Arena and Territory Wars, right? So I'm still doing Grand Arena things in my account, but the crate raid, when it pops up, I'm willing to put everything on hold and build a team for the crate raid because I got to have some kind of participation until I get to Jabba. So that's what I mean. It's not that GAC isn't something that you still play and have fun in. It's just not the most important. Because, you know, up until that time last year, I literally built my account. I would put aside everything else, you know. Territory Wars, Territory Battles, don't care about any of that stuff. I'm building a GAC account, and it will also do good in other game modes. So I just changed my point of view. Brady says, it feels like you have a shot in 5s. Sometimes they play well and win. But in 3s, watching someone throw 8 teams because they have so much more GP than you is demoralizing. I got pushed down to Erodium for the last 3v3. So if you look at my last sequence of 3v3, I was in Erodium, and it felt so easy. Oh my goodness. The difference between Kyber and Erodium, oh wow. It felt like being in a day spa, chilling out in a tub full of hot water. No problems. I went 8-1 for the season. just blew people up in Erodium. So yeah, if you ever do get pushed down, you'll be able to springboard yourself right back up far into Kyber. I went back into Kyber 3. We went from Erodium, boom, back up to Kyber 3. Swgoh Gameplay says it feels great to beat those big accounts with more GLs and more GP. Makes you feel like a tactician, right? Makes you feel like a tactician. Scott says it's a really great attitude. I agree. Matthew says Conquest is tough. Feels like that mode is to give older accounts access to characters that newer players can't get. That's partly true, but I mean, just go to 4 million GP. This Obtisio account is obscene, right? Like, it's just over a year old. Man, I got to 4 million GP so fast because I intentionally fattened up my GP. So every time I got a ship, we unlocked the ship, we put a few skills on it, we got them going. You know, even garbage ships, just hit them to 85, put some skills on them, put some gear on the pilot, and your galactic power just goes nuts. These ships make so much galactic power, it's crazy. So if you just farm up these ships, get them unlocked. Where's a good example? Like Kylo's shuttle here. Look at this. Absolute garbage. Level 1, 4 stars. The characters in it, absolute garbage. Like, this is hyperdrive gear 8. Nothing. 20,000 galactic power. Bam. Fat. Just fat. So there's no reason not to take your account to 4 million. Just along the way, you've got to build 2 really good Conquest teams. At least 2 really good Conquest teams. So if you have CLS and Padme, I think CLS and Padme, just those 2 teams, you could probably complete all 5 sectors. CLS kills almost everything. Padme is really good. 2 really good teams and you'll beat Conquest. If you did the Rey journey and you had Galactic Legend Rey, I mean, that gives you 2 really good teams. You have your Rey team and you'll have a Fin Poe team. You'll have a JTR. You'll have 3 teams. You'll have 3 teams that you can use in Conquest. So on your way to 4 million, just build something that works in Conquest and you'll get the characters too. Or at least you'll get a lot of progress toward them. And even if you can only get box 3 or 4, it's still a heck of a lot more than you will ever get in normal mode. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just about setting those priorities, right? Profundity, Executor, get one of the big fleets first. Do that first. Then just do Conquest until you're 4 million. Do the crate raid. Make sure you're set up for the crate raid. And you're good. You're cruising. You're flying. You're playing the game. I have 3.5 million and a half to go, almost all that ships. Caleb says, I feel like CG needs someone to throw free-to-play players a bone. 3 million galactic power difference in Carbonite 4 is just unfair. Yeah, but again, they're in Carbonite because they don't play. So if they remember to play, you lose. If they don't remember to play, you win. So I would say it's a 50-50. I've got as many wins as those against those accounts as I get losses because they just don't play. And as long as you like fight and clear one team, and you just win because they're not there. Conquest gets easy if you have the right data discs. You have to have good enough teams to get through the first 2 zones. So I've had conquests before where I never got good data discs. where I just got like mediocre data discs the whole way through. And you just got to make do with what you get. And so your teams do have to be good enough to get through at least 2 zones to try to stack up the data discs. You need 2 relic teams, or a premade team with 2 or 3 relics on it. Premade can soak damage so well that you can have like gear 12 and then a couple relics and she still works. Pretty fantastic. I've been messing around with Sortie, the 50 RT robot, because I thought that this was going to be... I thought it was going to be cool. I really did. So I put the Omicron on this character, and man, without this character being relicked, or I guess maybe without the right light side droids, it's not good. I was hoping that maybe she would superpower a team that with a couple decent droids I could like make a team out of this. And she's really good if you get a relic and you have other relic droids. But it turns out you can't like just build her and have a good Conquest team. That's unfortunate. I've been wanting to build Rey since Resistance is so strong now, but I feel I should go for Jabba for the new content and the raid. Yeah. If you're close to Jedi Knight Luke, if you've got the stuff set up for Jedi Knight Luke, you should go for Wampa. If you don't have the stuff set up for Jedi Knight Luke to grab him first, then build Rey. Because trust me, from my experience on both of these accounts, the Abticio account as well as the Loquitur account, that Jedi Knight Luke journey is not a little detour. When you look at it, you're like, okay, a Galactic Legend needs all of these characters, right? Like, look at all this stuff. We need a lot of stuff, so it feels big. When you look at this Jedi Knight Luke journey, it doesn't seem that bad. There's, 7 characters involved or something like that you need for Jedi Knight Luke, so it doesn't feel so bad. But I'm telling you, man, this it takes 3 months. It takes, if you're doing 2 weeks per relic, just let's say an average account, free to play, doing a relic every 2 weeks, 7 relics, it's 14 weeks. Cut a few off of that to have a few good weeks in there somewhere. It's 3 months. You will spend 3 months just getting Jedi Knight Luke. Whereas you could spend 6 months and already have Rey. So just be careful of Jabba. If you've got all the requirements and Jedi Knight Luke's not going to be a problem for you, then Jabba is the thing, right? It's the thing to do. But man, I'm telling you, that Jedi Knight Luke journey was no joke. It was no joke, and it was not like a fun, rewarding, and easy thing to do. It was 3 months. 3 months of relicking mediocre characters. Of course, Wampa's fantastic, but the rest of the stuff in there is pretty lame. Han and Chewie, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. There's some good characters in there, too. I suppose. I finished JKL, but it's a half-decent background project. I was working on Inquisitors, but missed the Grand Inquisitor event, so switched gear to have Jedi Knight Luke at Relic 7 now. Wannabe Gamer says, like Saber Smash. Bushin Skiff Lando, almost 7 stars, so just Chrysanthemum after that in the relics. Nice. Alrighty, guys, well, I'm going to hang it up here for the night. We've been chilling out for like 2.5 hours, fighting our opponents and talking and chatting about Swgoh, so that's going to be enough for me for the evening. I got to finish playing these accounts and get ready for bed, so we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to hit that like saber on the way out. If you didn't hit it on the way in, that helps me, helps the channel. I'd appreciate it if you could do that. Join us over on the Discord. The link is always in the description down below. We've got a really great Discord community. A lot of cool people over there hanging out, talking, chatting, helping new people. So it's a good place to be. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next holocron.